Welcome back to Part 4, the final video in the ZonePRO Basic Programming Training Series. We will pick up where we left off in the Part 3 video, having just set up the output router and ducking settings. Once this is done, simply click OK to close the editor. Repeat this step for each of the output zones as needed, or copy and paste. To copy the router settings, right-click on the router icon. From the menu that appears, click on Copy. Now right-click on the next output zone router and click the Paste option. Your settings are now the same in each router you paste to. You may use copy and paste on any DSP object in the same way. Next, open the AutoWarmer editor. Turn AutoWarmer on. With the audio playing through the sound system at the same output level that you use to tune your room, adjust the threshold fader up and down until the threshold indicator shown here turns off. The T inside the box will turn green when level is turned up or down from this setting. The AutoWarmer DSP will now adjust your bass frequencies up and down automatically when the output level changes to provide smooth, even sound quality at any level. Click OK to close. Copy and paste the AutoWarmer to other outputs as needed and adjust from there if needed. Next, open the Bandpass Filter option. It is located under the BPF heading. Since this installation is using the Control 25 speakers, which have a frequency response of 80 Hz to 15K, we can use the bandpass filter to adjust for that range. Set the high pass at a setting slightly below the spec for the speaker. This will allow for a little breathing room. I will set the high pass to 70 Hz with a slope of 12 dB per octave using a Butterworth filter type. This will remove frequencies that are going to the amplifier that the speaker can't use anyway. You may leave the low-pass filter alone if desired, as I am now. In the bandpass filter, you will also have the ability to set the gain level for a specific zone. This gain is additional to the volume control on the wall, allowing you to create level offsets for each zone as needed. Click OK when done. The bandpass filter is another good place for the copy-paste function, as I will now demonstrate. Now, open the Output EQ editor for the sales floor zone. Again, turn the EQ on and adjust just like you saw in the Input EQ editor. Each Output EQ gives you 6 bands of frequency adjustment if needed. Click OK when done. Again, copy and paste as needed, as seen here. Next, open the Output limiter and turn it on. The ZonePRO limiter gives you 2 options, a standard limiter and a peak stop plus limiter. The standard limiter allows you to adjust the over-easy, threshold, attack, hold, and release times just like the compressor earlier, but with a preset infinite to 1 ratio. This will allow the music to only rise to a certain level before being limited. However, with a standard limiter, transient source signal may bypass the limiter within the number of milliseconds listed in the attack time. This is where the DBX Peak Stop Plus limiter comes into play. Peak Stop Plus stacks a brick wall limiter over the standard limiter. The number of dB over the standard limiter is controlled by the overshoot adjustment. The overshoot will allow up to 6 dB of transient signal to pass before it stops any further level, going to the amplifier and then to the speakers. This gives your zone maximum output level without amp clipping, while remaining very musical sounding. Once this is set, click OK. Copy and paste as needed. Let's now jump down to the on-hold music zone and open the automatic gain control editor, as seen here. Turn on the AGC. AGC is a targeted system. You choose the target level that you would like the output zone to play at all times with the target fader. Then set the gain adjustment fader to define how much you want the system to increase or decrease the volume to try and achieve the target level. Now adjust the window fader to set how much the level of the music may go up or down before AGC tries to correct toward the target level. Threshold is used in between songs so that the system knows not to adjust up or down and returns to the 0 dB level. This prevents the system from increasing the gain when the first song ends and the CD or satellite system is changing to the next song. Seeing as this is an output zone, the AGC system also provides a limiter for speaker and amp clip protection. Set the threshold as needed so your amp does not clip. Click on OK to close this editor. Open the delay editor to set zone delay as needed. Each output has up to 450 milliseconds of delay available. In this case, we don't need delay, but it is available if needed for remote or delay speakers or driver time alignment. This system allows you to choose between milliseconds, feet, or meters for easy adjustment. Click OK to close. The last icon in the row is the Invert Polarity option. Double-click to open. Click the Invert Polarity checkbox if this is needed. Click OK to close. Your system is now ready to roll. Your input levels have been set. Your zone controllers are set up and connected. Your output DSP is set up for great sound quality. This is a great time to store your scene. Click on the Store Scene button. Click on the first scene, which I renamed as Store X earlier. Then click on OK. Now let's save a copy of the entire device along with all of the current settings to your computer. Click on the File menu option. Click on Save. Find the location that you saved your first file and either overwrite that file with the latest settings or give that file a new name. Click on Save. Select Yes if you are overwriting the earlier version. Your system settings are now saved as a backup for later use if needed. Thank you for attending the ZonePRO Basic Programming Training Session. For other videos and useful information on this and many other DBX products, please visit www.dbxpro.com and click on the training link at the top of the page. DBX by Harman, where sound matters.